Hi, everyone. Well, what we were afraid of happening in the Ukraine has materialized, and Vladimir Putin has declared war on the Ukraine. And as we are here on Canadian soil and watch these unimaginable proceedings, it's easy to feel, what can we do? What can we do? Well, it's very early in this invasion, but we're watching hourly on the news. Things are moving quickly, and sadly, innocent citizens are dying and suffering because of this treacherous intentions, the treacherous intentions of a power-hungry dictatorship. One might even begin to start to entertain the worst of what-if scenarios, with a sense of dread and powerlessness, and call out to God, where are you in the midst of all the chaos in the world right now, God? Well, the psalmist wrote in Psalm 61:2, from the end of the earth will I call unto thee when my heart is overwhelmed. Lord, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. The solutions to the Ukrainian conflict and the COVID crisis seem to be just like they're stacked on each other, and they just seem way out of our control and even out of our reach. And in many ways they are, but only God can lead us to the higher ground of real peace and hope, where we can stand upon the rock, as the psalmist said, that is higher than us, and find not only stability, but a better perspective. It is there that God meets us. He meets us in the sanctuary of His presence. Over the last several days, as this Russian invasion has been unfolding, I found myself also going to Psalm 73. And there the psalm writer is feeling that the justice of God is not turning out the way it should, at least in his perspective as a human being. He asks, why do the wicked seem to prosper and the righteous suffer? Why do the wicked seem to prosper and the righteous suffer? Regarding the wicked, he laments in verses 8 and 9 of Psalm 73. They scoff and speak with malice. In their arrogance, they threaten oppression. Their mouths lay claim to heaven, and their tongues take possession of the earth. Yet then in verse 16 and 17, the psalmist leads us to the rock that is higher and in the sanctuary of the presence of the Lord. Listen to what he says. When I tried to understand all of this, it was oppressive for me till I entered into the sanctuary of God. Then I understood their final destiny. God showed him that the wicked will be suddenly swept away from that slippery ground that they're on. They think it's stable, but in God's eyes, it's a very slippery ground. And he will cast them down to ruin, says the psalmist. God's justice will prevail. Vengeance belongs to me, declares the Lord. Listen to what else the psalmist says. Listen to his comforting conclusion at the end of this psalm, when he speaks with this eternal perspective that only God's living word can reveal to us. Yes, I am always with you. You hold me by my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterwards you take me into glory. What do I have in heaven but you? And the earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. He finds real hope in his relationship and the promises of God's word. So I encourage you to keep praying for the people of the Ukraine. Pray that God will bring a spiritual revival to the Ukraine. Pray that God will bring a spiritual revival to Canada. and that we may find real shelter under the wings of the Most High. Pray for the nations and the leaders of NATO, that wise men and women with cool heads and thoughtful reason would pursue courageous and rational responses that will help calm the world stage. Pray that Russia's evil actions will be a snare unto themselves, and justice and peace will prevail. So whatever turmoil you are experiencing in your life right now, I encourage you to come to the sanctuary of the Lord and call out to the rock of our salvation, the rock that is higher than I. Come and worship the risen, eternal Son of God, the one who has overcome the troubles and the evils of this world through the hope and the reality of his gospel. Steele Heights, I call you to worship this Sunday. Come to the sanctuary of the Lord. Come and worship the Lord. I look forward to joining you this Sunday for worship. May the peace of Christ be with you and your families. Bye for now.